All right, welcome back to the House Environment and Transportation Committee, the 2026 legislative session. I know some of you are new, so I just want to make sure everyone remembers where you're supposed to be. Environment and Transportation is ENT, right? So we have this handy keychain, ET, to remind you what committee you're on. It's really good if you put it on your bag or your belt buckle and you get lost. The troopers will know how to get you back here. So keep this close. We've obviously had lots of changes in the interim, and some members left the committee. We've got a lot of new members, which is awesome. I did just want to take a brief moment to acknowledge that we have a member who we really lost during the interim, which was Delegate Charles Otto. He was a great member, longstanding member of this committee, and frankly, it just feels strange not having him where Delegate Holmes is sitting, giving me a funny little grin back. So I know we all miss him and appreciated his work here. Also appreciate that we have his successor delegate on the committee, Delegate Anderson, joining us. Welcome, Delegate Anderson. We have rejoined the committee after his years in the Economic Matters Wilderness, Delegate Fraser Hidalgo. We have Delegate Robin Grammer and his daughter joining us. Welcome, Delegate Grammer. We also have Delegate Odom, who was recently appointed from Charles and Prince George's County, who I don't think is with us at the moment, but will be on the committee as well. And of course, we have some great new leadership. We have my friend Delegate Guyton is now our vice chair. Congratulations, Vice Chair Guyton. We have continuing to chair the Environment and the Environment Subcommittee, Delegate Dana Stein. We have chairing the Natural Resources and Open Space Subcommittee, Regina T. Boyce. We have a new subcommittee chair, chairing Agriculture and Aquaculture, Natalie Ziegler. We have chairing the Utilities Subcommittee, Linda Foley. And we have chairing the Energy Subcommittee, David Fraser Hidalgo. And we have shifting her subcommittees, but still with us in the committee leadership, Robin Lewis chairing the Transportation Subcommittee. So congratulations to all of you. We look forward to our work together. We're also very lucky to continue to have on the committee to help guide us Delegate Holmes and Delegate Healy, who have been doing this work for a long time and are great resources for all of us in all the work we have ahead, which is significant. Obviously, it'll continue to be a priority of this committee to ensure safe and efficient transportation, to have a healthy environment and a sustainable environment, and of course, our new charge, pun intended, which is to deal with the state's energy issues. I think the speaker has made very clear in the remarks that many of us have heard her make over the past days that affordability is at the top of that agenda, and of course, we'll do that while also keeping in mind sustainability. So we have our work cut out for us. Lucky for us, we have amazing staff to assist us with that work. Returning for her 12th session with the committee and 19th in the General Assembly is the Assistant to the Chair, Trish Gagnon. Returning for her second session with the committee and third session in the General Assembly, we have Mana Mustafi. Returning as our committee clerk for the 7th session with the committee and 3 millionth session in the General Assembly, Rose Love. As another committee clerk, his first year in the General Assembly, Dominic Gardeni. He is a recent grad from Towson University, so welcome to the carnival. Another committee clerk and helping us at our front desk is Christian Giacomini, who has his first year in the Maryland General Assembly and is a graduate of the College of the Holy Cross. We have our awesome committee council, her 21st session with the committee, Kristen Flynn. I feel like this number is off. It says 22nd session with the committee, Patrick Tracy, but I think it's more than that. 25. 25, oh, 25. And then his first session with the committee, but 14th with the General Assembly, Steve Ross, who's helping us with energy issues. Trish will have a subject matter document, so everybody knows who's working on what, that she will circulate after this meeting. We have a new trooper this year, Trooper Layton, protecting us, making sure we're okay. I also have working for me, who many of you know for the second year and his third year in the General Assembly, Connor Curran. And interning for me this year is Olivia Sevi. And let me turn it over to the Vice Chair to introduce her own staff.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, I am thrilled to be here with this great committee. I would like to introduce the man who keeps me completely organized all the time, Corey Johns, who is my Chief of Staff right there, if you'll just... Please reach out to him if you need me for anything. I have an open door policy. And then we also have my legislative assistant here, Mia Snyder. Mia, wave your hand. We are all here to be of service. Thank you.
And of course, we're by folks in the Speaker's office. We have Dwayne Bond helping us for the first time. He was with ECM previously, so really helpful for our new subject matter. And Jeannie Ferretti is with us for the second year as well. And, you know, Patrick O'Leary is not far away, so I'm sure he'll continue to keep an eye on us from his new perch. We will start with our usual handful of briefings. I put a schedule on your desk of the things that are currently planned. Obviously, there'll be a lot more detail on the website about who's participating in these, but this gives you a sense of the subject matter. Obviously, with energy, new to this committee, we will be spending a particularly large amount of time on early session briefings, trying to get up to speed on that very complicated topic. In general, make sure you or your staff are checking the website every day for the hearing schedule, the briefing schedule, and of course, Trish will send out notices as well. Briefings and hearings continue to be hybrid for witnesses, so witnesses can participate on a virtual basis. Members can't. If you need to miss a hearing, obviously it's all streaming online and you can watch it that way. You can go back on YouTube and watch it later, but members cannot participate in the hearings virtually. The AV system's the same as last year, but just as a reminder, you tap the button once, it'll start blinking. When I call on you, the staff will take care of lighting your mic. You do not need to press your button again, right? So it's one and done on being able to speak, and I will call on you. Don't worry about the order in which I call on you. I will just call on you. You don't have to worry that I'm calling on you before someone else that you might like. You know, I'll take care of the calling order. Just like last year, your name and district will now appear virtually in front of you, you know, over the placard. So that's a nice little feature that we should now be used to. Witness sign up is the same. It's 2 business days before the hearing date. Guidelines are available on the webpage. Just remember that's 2 business days. So if a hearing is on Tuesday, that's like the Friday before they have to sign up, which I know can be confusing for people. If you're having issues, reach out to Trish, but that is the schedule set by the House. Once again, sponsors will not be timed in their testimony, but please sponsor responsibly. A 20-minute piece of testimony is not going to help your bill, I promise. But we do want to give you plenty of time to explain the bill. Other witnesses will be timed, you know, as is normal throughout the House. Questions are important at hearings, and we want people to ask their questions. But please make sure your questions are designed to either make some point you're trying to make or elicit some useful piece of information for the committee. There's a long process after a bill hearing, as you all know. Every bill that we deal with goes through subcommittee, with some maybe limited exceptions for bills we've passed before. So you'll have lots of time in subcommittee to talk to advocates about bills. So keep in mind you have those working sessions to really get into a lot of the weeds and be respectful of people's times during the full committee. The subcommittees will be virtual once again. And speaking of subcommittees, you know, we're really starting anew with so many new subcommittees. So you should have a form on your desk. Please put your name on that form and rank your subcommittees in order of preference and get it back to Trish right after this meeting, because we're trying to send some recommendations to the Speaker's office this afternoon. We will do our best to accommodate a first or second choice from everybody, but that's just our best. We can't guarantee that because obviously every subcommittee needs to have, you know, a certain amount of people on it, and we need to make sure we're kind of, you know, spreading it around. So we will do our best to accommodate you, but please fill out that form as quickly as possible. The days for the subcommittee meetings are not set yet. We will do that based on the memberships of the subcommittees. I know this committee has a long history of very rigid days for when certain subcommittees were going to meet. That is, you know, obviously not going to, you know, apply anymore now that we have such different subcommittees. So that'll have to all be reset. Subcommittees are virtual, and so those Zooms are hosted by the subcommittee chairs and their staffs. For the subcommittee chairs, if your staff needs any kind of training, you know, make sure to connect them to Trish. so that we can, make sure they know what to do. We will, see how the new subcommittee structure works and go from there. I'll just remind folks that as a committee policy, advocates are allowed at subcommittees up to the subcommittee chair, but we want them participating as advocates, not as members of the subcommittee, right? So the subcommittee chair will run the subcommittee meeting. They will call on people. If you have a question for an advocate, follow the subcommittee's chair's lead on how to engage the advocate. Also, the subcommittee chairs know that we like to have lots of people bring bills to the floor in this committee. So if you're interested in bringing a bill to the floor, talk to the subcommittee chairs. They ultimately decide that, but we want to spread the wealth among both parties when possible to bring bills to the floor. Committee voting will be, usually towards the end of the week, but, listen up for announcements on when those votes will occur. We'll try to do voice votes whenever possible, but we'll do roll call votes as needed. I would just note that, we want to make our points on a bill prior to the vote. So we'll have discussion on the bill. People should make their points on the bill. If we're going around doing a roll call, that's just a time to vote in the committee. That's not a time to make some new point or some closing statement. That's just for voting. Make all your points, your closing statements during the discussion on the bill. And please try to pay attention during voting. Now that Delegate Celebrity's not on the committee, I guess we don't have to worry about this as much. But, we don't want to have to redo votes. We just want to kind of get things right the first time. Voting lists, as you know, we try to get those out as early as possible. We're not trying to ambush anybody here. So please try to keep an eye out for that. But, please also recognize that we're here for a fixed period of time, trying to get a lot of work done, trying to get a lot of bills through. So please, try to be flexible, as we go through that process. Just for everyone's benefit, the leadership of the committee, which is the subcommittee chairs, the vice chair, as well as Delegate Jacobs, meets every Thursday. And of course, you should already have in your schedules meetings with the vice chair and I and the other Democrats on the committee, as well as the Republicans on the committee. We want to make sure everybody has a chance to come in and talk about what some of their priorities for the committee are this year. And of course, I have a very open door, I have a very open phone, and I have a very open messages app. So please, reach out to me if there's anything you want to discuss, any concerns you have, anything you want to prioritize, please come in anytime. If my door is closed, it's because I'm either in there with one of you or I'm on a phone call for my day job. But otherwise, please, come in and chat. We, of course, will have our usual assortment of snacks and beverages back in Kumar's kitchen. So we just ask folks to contribute to that, $75 each for the members to contribute to that fund. You can see Trish to figure out payment, cash, check, Venmo, Zelle, whatever else, whatever other new method's been invented since I started this conversation. With that, Madam Vice Chair, anything you want to add?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I just want to say to everyone, I've met with most of you already, only a few left, and I'm here to support the committee. I'm here to support Mr. Chair and certainly to help move forward Madam Speaker's agenda, which is for us to work really, really hard this year to bring down energy prices while also protecting the environment. So I'm excited to get to that work. I know we all take it very seriously. We're going to work hard, but we need to also maintain the culture of this committee, which has also been one of being friends and having a good time. And I'm going to steal this from David Fraser Hidalgo, who said to me the other day that back in the day when Maggie McIntosh was chair of this committee, she had the following saying, and I might throw this at you at some point if things get heated. Yeah, this isn't JPR, this is ENT, or Environmental Matters. And so when you get upset, think of bunny rabbits, go to your happy place, and let's all work together. Was that accurate?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It was the bunny rabbits part, it was right on.
All right, awesome. So I'm available for you if you need me.
Awesome, thank you, Madam Vice Chair. Anybody have any questions, comments? I'm being reminded that because of our new number of members, you need 11 votes to pass a bill. So a slight adjustment from prior years. So when you're doing all that whipping and vote counting, see if you can count to 11. That's 10 fingers and 1 toe. So any other questions, comments? Anyone want anything? Delegate Naraki.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Most of these subcommittees look somewhat different than what we're used to, members that were on the committee. Is it possible just for us to understand roughly the areas of responsibility for the different subcommittees?
Absolutely, great point. So environment is functioning very similar to as it has over the past 30 years. Natural resources and open space is similar to what it was previously, except agriculture and aquaculture in particular have been carved out, right? So a lot of the farming issues, a lot of the shellfish issues, particularly as it comes to farmed shellfish, those issues are now in the agriculture and aquaculture subcommittee, of course. The transportation subcommittee is the same as it's been. It'll be quite busy. It usually has the most bills. I don't think that'll change based on this new lineup. Energy will have the energy-specific utilities bills or other sort of related bills, siting bills, generation bills, things that are related to energy. The utilities, what sometimes is called non-energy utilities, that will have other things the Public Service Commission regulates, which includes transportation network companies. That's nerd talk for Uber and Lyft. Some telephone issues, water utilities issues like WSSC, which is the Montgomery and Prince George's County water utility. It could have, if there was potentially a Baltimore City, Baltimore County water utility issue, which I know is an ongoing topic, that could go there. That subcommittee may also have structural Public Service Commission issues. So for example, if someone came in and proposed raising or cutting the pay of a Public Service Commissioner, that could go to that subcommittee potentially. As always, these are going to be a little bit flexible. We try to spread out the work. And so if you remember the old Land Use and Ethics Subcommittee, that was kind of a catch-all for a lot of things. We may have to do that with some of these again, just to make sure that no one is either overwhelmed or underwhelmed with their work. But that's the basic breakdown. Hopefully that helps give folks a sense of what we're going to be doing. Other questions? Okay, let me just welcome, because he came in late, Delegate Odom. Welcome to the committee. We're happy to have you, and congratulations on your appointment. Great to see you. Anything else for the good of the order? Okay, again, please reach out to me, the vice chair, or more importantly, Trish, with any questions or concerns. Really appreciate everybody. Welcome back. Let's roll our sleeves up and get some good work done this year. Thanks, everybody.